We say, oh, it's illegal for the emergency government to conduct, but we accept military rule to conduct election for us. Military rule as an aberration that's unknown to law. We will accept military rule conducting an election for democratically elected people.
Because the military rule at that time was the de facto government.
Why not wait? Why not wait now? Just wait. First of all, is military rule an aberration or not?
Just confirming you're referring to 1999. Are you referring to 1999?
I'm coming. I want to just ask you a simple question. Is military rule an aberration?
Yes.
The aberration is only sustained because of the suspension of the Constitution.
Fine. Now, under emergency rule, what does it say? What does the law say? You don't know under the emergency rule the suspension of certain provisions of the law. I've said this severally. Now, you are talking about the president to leave the emergency rule by 18th of September, where the governor will come back and the state legislature will come back. And then there's no democracy in the third tier. Remember, the president did not declare emergency rule in the local government. It was the Supreme Court that set aside the election. Yes. That the election was not valid. And you also remember that Supreme Court before now said that there shouldn't be any caretaker committee at the local government level. And also, if the local government level is not democratically elected, they cannot access funds for the federation account. That is correct? Is that not correct?
Very well.
Fine. So the president did not notify the local government election. It was the court that nullified the local government election. Now, no, I'm coming. It was this emergency rule that gave president the power, the access to even say they should access funds for the federation account. That's why civil servants are being paid. Assuming that did not happen, well, what would we have said today about local government council, where workers are not being paid because they cannot access money for the federation account? Also remember that because of this emergency rule, that the states were able to access funds for the federation account. Supreme Court has said there was no budget, and therefore state government cannot access funds for the federation account.
Your Excellency.
No, can I finish?
Okay, go on.
Can I finish? So I let the public have the benefit of understanding and even appreciate the president for what he has done. Now, if this election is not conducted and the governor comes in, the state legislature comes in, right? In that case, how will local government access funds when there's no democratically elected government? How would they access funds to federation account? How would the civil servant be paid? What would then be the fate of the grassroots level? You have crisis. You have crisis. And then the president now said, look, by the regulations I've made, you are therefore to conduct elections. Some people say, oh, the Electoral Act said 90 days, 150 days. Forget that the president has power to suspend some sections, and which he did by the regulations he passed or he made. And why should it be that each time is only in this part of the world? You are not a lawyer. By any act that has happened, you become a lawyer. You are not a judge who is given the responsibility for interpretation of the Constitution or laws. You make yourself a judge. And you have not taken steps to challenge this. I thought, as people who are civilized, who want the rule of law, who want the law to grow, I will tell our party, my party, challenge this in court. This is not going to be allowed. Just like today, when RISEC conducted or trying to conduct election, we went to court and said, court, no. They have not followed the provisions of the Electoral Act and the Constitution, therefore they cannot conduct this election. The court gave judgment, saying, yes, you are right. It was in your immediate houses where they were showing that this judge is corrupt. He took money. He did this. He did that.
But it's not.
No, I am coming. I will not to interject. I will not agree. The world must hear. The more they will hear the truth. And that's what we owe the public. When Justice of the Federal High Court gave that judgment, it was all over everywhere that he took bribe. He did this and that. So they were screwing it. The bar. AIT was screwing it. Arise was screwing it. The matter went to a Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court. You also came, oh, now the law has taken place. Then people want to appeal to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said no. The Federal High Court was right. The Court of Appeal, you were wrong. See. It was based on that judgment, all of you now are interpreting the number of days that ought to be given by RISEC. And he said, look, that, who appointed, the administrator has no right to appoint RISEC. Rubbish. The emergency law, the administrator, is on behalf of the president. The president even submitted the names of members of RISEC to National Assembly. Remember, under emergency rule, now there is no assembly, the National Assembly takes over. And that's why the National Assembly had to pass the budget of the state, of the government. And which is why the state administrator is the one now presiding over that budget. Nobody argues that why should National Assembly pass the budget of the state? Nobody. It was the National Assembly that approved and screened and approved the nomination by Mr. President of members of RISEC.